Yes.
I have another question.
Yes.
It has to do with extraterrestrials. I have a desire to see spaceships and see them land to assist us to raise our vibration in general, to transform us.
Well, those from other points of attention who are already in vibrational harmony with well-being can be of value to you. In other words, you do not need someone from another dimension or another galaxy to assist you in finding connection to your source energy. You just have to reach for a vibration that allows it. In other words, the only reason that you're not there ever is because you're holding a thought that is not allowing your cork to float. And when you let go of it, or as Jesus said, turn the other cheek, you bob right back up there to the surface. You don't need outside intervention for that. That is your natural state of being. But we'll address the subject just the same, because anything that you want is perfectly worthy. In other words, there is not anything that you're wanting that we would want to guide you away from wanting. So in the beginning of this gathering, we talked about what good vibrational interpreters you are, how what you see with your eyes is an interpretation of vibration, what you hear with your ears, even your nose, your taste, your tongue, your fingertips, these are vibrational interpreters. And so there are those who are able to discern the energy and translate it into something that is visual. The thing that is a little tricky about this subject is that physical humans want everyone to be in agreement in this vibrational translation. That's the reason that more people are not witnessing more of these things. And we want to focus back here with you for a moment about the value of your time-space reality. We talked about this earlier, that here you are as creatures upon this planet, and you are in your human form creative genius. And as you are here focused together, because you are all translating vibrations similarly, you have this platform or this basis from which to launch your next idea, because the evolution of the universe is an incremental thing. In other words, the quantum leaping is not comfortable for any of us. It is the incremental examination of the contrast which gives birth to the new idea. So there is tremendous value in the continuity of your experience. Esther awakened in her bed one morning in Maui in a hotel. And for a moment she felt disoriented. She was not sure where they were. It took her a minute to remember which bed she was waking up in. And then she felt supreme appreciation for the continuity of her life. She liked knowing that Jerry was there, and she liked remembering the flight across the water. She liked remembering the continuity of her experience because it made her now more potent and more powerful, you see. And so what we're talking about as you are non-physical energy are points of focus. And that's what this time-space reality affords you, is a significant point of focus where you and others like you can powerfully conclude, so that you are summoning huge quantities of energy which literally takes thought beyond that which it has been before. Physical human beings so often underestimate that you do not understand the importance of this leading edge place where you stand. So as you are standing here, using only your physical senses, then you have a somewhat agreement. In other words, as you say to people in the room, do you see this thing that I see? Most of you are translating similarly enough that you are in agreement about what you see. But then one looks into the sky and sees something that most do not see. And then the question is, well, is it really there? And we say, but of course it is really there. And then others would say, well, if it's really there, why do I not see it? Or why do most not see it? And we say, because you have not adjusted your vibration, you have not practiced your vibrational interpreters enough to make this some sort of a reality for you. And so the way you adjust your vibrational interpreters is by acknowledging that you want it, pretending that you would like it, imagining what it would be like to have that experience, complimenting yourself on that which you are already achieving, that you are wanting to achieve. In other words, what you must do relative to this subject is the same thing that we would teach relative to any subject. You must find a way of allowing it. And the way we would allow it is by acknowledging that there are many who see it, read the accounts of those who are seeing it. In other words, find yourself in vibrational harmony with those who are having the experience, and then you too may have the experience. It's like there are some in this room that are seeing aura, they are seeing energy, and yet there are some who are not. Are you seeing the energy around Esther? In other words, your aura is just your energy leakage. In other words, non-physical energy is always flowing to you, and sometimes you are in a greater state of allowing it than others. As Esther stands here, you are summoning large quantities of non-physical energy through her, through your questions, through your desire, and so lots of non-physical energy is pouring, and as she is in this practice state of allowing, the energy is being allowed through her, so that those of you who are accustomed to seeing with your eyes this energy that most do not see, you're getting a bit of a light show. We'll goose it up here for you just a little bit. Anybody seeing it?
Yes.
And so as you are able to see that, now we would say to you, most people on your planet do not know that they can see aura. In other words, and if you were to ask most people if they do, most of them would say, what are you talking about? You must be some sort of a nutty person. I do not see it. And they would not see it. But as you see something like that, we would say to you, you are able to soften your vision enough to translate this light or this vibration into something that is visual. And if you can do that, you can see this other that you are wanting to see. It's just a matter of holding the desire in a place of non-resistance. So you can't walk around saying, I never see it, I don't see it, I want to see it, but I don't see it. I want to know that it's there, but I don't have the experience. Others have it, but I don't. What you're wanting to do is say, I'm wanting to have this experience, and I believe if anyone can, I can. And eventually I will find a way to hold myself in vibrational harmony so that I will have a visual or auditorial experience. Good.
Could I be powerful enough then to help them land?
Well, they don't need your help.
But to do it when they're ready?
In other words, they're not bringing their physical spaceships here. In other words, it's not the same physical matter that you are accustomed to. It's light energy that's being translated. In other words, what you're wanting to do is become a vibrational match to your own desire. And when you are a vibrational match to your own desire, then you have that experience. You see, what you're talking about here, you're probing into these boundaries of reality, and there are some really uncomfortable with this topic altogether. In other words, why go there? And we say anything that you have been able to discern as a desire from that which you are living, you have the ability to achieve. Just don't ask that everybody else on the planet come with you in their own experiential agreement, you see. And when you let go of that, when you let go of this idea that, in other words, I want proof, I want them to land, I want them to bring little gifts, I want them to, I want them to leave evidence, I want to have some proof. When you let go of that, when you let go of the trying to make something that is not tangible, tangible, and we're not saying that it is not reality, because everything, even this that we are all experiencing here through your physical bodies, these are interpretations of vibration. But you've practiced these interpretations so powerfully for so long that you say, no, Abraham, this is reality. This is knock on wood reality. I can feel this is reality. And we say it is reality because you perceive it in this way. And we are not trying to take you away from your reality. We embrace your reality. We see it as the platform from which you launch. But we would like you to think of your reality more as the springboard or the platform or the net. In other words, your reality is the basis that springs you in to the next experience of summoning life. What we notice very often, and it was inherent in the question, you spoke it very well, what we notice for the most part when our physical friends are wanting to reach to extraterrestrials or to angels or to that which is non-physical, for their help in their experience, it almost always comes from this place that says, I cannot find a way to receive what I'm wanting to receive. I need help. And what happens is that in that vibration, you are disallowing the help that you're asking for. Whether it is the help of your own connection or the help of your own clarity or the help of a friend along the way who is physically focused or the help of the non-physical energies or the help of the non-physical energy that you would call God or inner being. In other words, it does not matter what label you give it. In your belief that you need it because you can't do it without, you hold yourself in a place where you don't let it in, you see. So how do I get from a place of not letting it in to a place of letting it in? And we say, lighten up. Don't try so hard. Reach for thoughts that feel better. Just little by little by little, use different things that please you as your excuse to let it in. That's why we tease. We're not teasing so much as we say, pet your cat. In other words, as you stroke that beast and that beast feels pure positive energy, whether you're there or not, and the beast is responding to you and purring and vibrational harmony with well-being, and you are holding that as your focal point, it is a very difficult thing for you to hold yourself in a place of resistance under those conditions, you see.
Thank you.
And cats are easier to find than extraterrestrials. Yes. It's not to say they will not come. Start with the cat.